Hello, I'm Shelley Rothus, and I'm a different kind of victim. Well, where have I been? I've been working so much, it's not even funny. I've been doing a lot of overtime within the past month or more, actually, more than a month. Well, it's been going by so quickly because I've been working so much. And actually, it did affect my health because I became overworked and my seizure level had gone up. I actually do have epilepsy, so with all the physical stress and being tired, my seizure rate did go up. And it's in the area where it's usually good, which is at nighttime, because I actually have a vagus nerve stimulator that's in me that controls my seizures. And it actually keeps record of when it goes off as to when I possibly had a seizure. So that's what's been going on with me. I actually ended up getting a viral infection and getting sick too, so from that. And it was not easy this past couple of weeks. So, anyways, my topic today is going to be based upon past videos, based upon building my own personal boundaries. New ones too. One of them I had actually discussed was going to be the hardest, and that goes to how I came up with that boundary. How did I come up with that boundary that I wanted to work on? That deals with the relationship with the person that I first trusted in my life. And that was with my friendship with Ken. And the personal boundary. Where did I come up with that? And how? That was based upon my friend Nina explaining to me what lies out of omission is. Lies out of omission. I think I'd say that's the biggest lesson I've learned since I've become the new me and escaped. And that is something that really helped me become a better person for myself and helping myself make better choices as to whom I have a relationship with, and it being a healthy relationship. So the old me, the old me didn't really know about this and how important it is based upon having healthy relationships. Now, lies out of omission. Lies out of omission. As for Ken, that was based upon him being in hate groups that were about me, where they talked about me in cruel and despicable ways. And the first hate group I had shown evidence of is he had made certain comments that were basically, well, they were enabling that bullying cult plan. I had forgiven that and let it go to the side. And I gave that person another chance. And by doing so, that was around the time I started building trust for that person, and they became the first person I trusted the most out of everybody in my life. So, what happened? He ended up in another hate group, and he ended up doing the same thing, but ended up doing the thing that hurt me the most, and was actually still is to this day the most cruel and despicable thing that anybody has ever done to me, as to how badly it had affected me emotionally. I had ended up getting social anxiety due to it, and that's where I had gone over the humiliation trauma that I had gone through based upon that the recent bullying incident, not the last one. So, anyways, personal boundaries. So, where did I come up with the one that was the hardest based upon lies out of omission? The one thing that hurt me the most was that Ken had lied out of omission by being in hate groups where they were talking in despicable and cruel ways to me while pretending to be my friend as though it wasn't happening. And even though it was a comment that was not so bad in the recent bullying incident, it was extremely cruel and despicable things that have ever been has ever been said about me, and I'll never forget it. It traumatized me, and it was something that I will never forget because it affected my life in very negative ways. So I had compared Ken, my father, and Mickey. I had stated that Ken would be the last person I would expect to ever change or even apologize for what they had done to me. Well, that remains the same. When I met Mickey, I had actually fallen in love with the person I had thought was the total opposite of Ken. And it's very true because based upon what happened with me and Ken, based on how badly it hurt me and affected me in negative ways, is what I was afraid of being in a relationship with again, with anybody. So when I met Mickey and the way he had presented himself and how he spoke about what he felt about the things I had discussed with him as to what happened to me with Ken, is that he was totally against that, and that he himself would never stoop to such despicable levels. So let's compare the two. Now with Ken, I had just mentioned how he was in a hate group before the recent one and didn't say much. Well, the same can apply to what happened with me and Mickey. The first incident of where he had lied out omission was when he stood there and watched his friend Asika degrade me and also threaten me right in front of him without saying anything to defend me. That was the first thing. So that was basically the same as Ken being in the hate group and making a little comment to enable the bullying to continue and not even telling me about it. The second time was when he had been in the recent hate group where he had said the most despicable and cruel things. That would be related to Mickey engaging in the bullying, knowing that they were trying to harm me in ways that could actually really affect my life in negative ways. And that was based upon them spreading lies about me to other people that lived around here and trying to harm me. And I'll be getting into that in more detail. So again, Mickey had just stood there and watched this happening and knew this was happening. Now, I had even stated to other people that even if he didn't enable it by signing that petition and agreeing with those lies about me and going and passing them around, but to just knowing that this was happening and not telling me is the same as Ken being in those hate groups, pretending to be my friend as though he cares about me and not even telling me about it. That's the same as Mickey watching this happening and not even warning me about it and that he knows about it. That's lies out of omission. That is the thing that he actually said he stood strongly on, and even put down Ken for what he had done to me when he had ended up doing the same thing. So, as I discussed in my last video, is that I find him despicable. Well, that's where my new personal boundary that I thought would be hard did come into play, that I wanted to work on. I did find him despicable in more ways than other people, as to him engaging in it and also being with certain people that were the main ones as to going through with that plot and making it happen. That could actually affect my life in very negative ways, based on lies. So, as you can see, the abuse can be the same in any type of relationship. The abuse that happened between me and Ken and me and Mickey is basically the same thing. So, I actually fell in love with Mickey based upon him being the opposite of Ken, who was just a friend, but he ended up doing the same things that Ken had done to me that hurt me very badly. So personal boundaries. I did end up not wanting to be with Mickey and seeing him as a despicable and excuse me, still have a cold, disgusting person based upon that, because he ended up doing basically what Ken did as being in that recent hate group, saying the most despicable and cruel things that was ever been said to me. And that's exactly how I feel about what Mickey had done by engaging and enabling a hate group who was trying to actually harm me by not even letting me know that it was happening. And who knows, he may have went along with it and signed that petition of lies. I wouldn't doubt it for a minute. And that's where the I don't give a fuck theory comes into play, is because I just expect people to do terrible things. And I'm still in the process of that, of moderating my feelings based upon that. But as my friend Nina said, it's natural that you're feeling that way. All the bad things that happen to you, that you shouldn't feel ashamed that you feel that way. But I know I still need to moderate it, and she does too. But I shouldn't feel bad that I feel this way, considering what has happened to me within less than a year. So I wanted to go over that I am proud about my new personal boundary, and that I did stick to it, and I did follow through with it. Naturally, I actually had those feelings. The old me would have still stayed a mat and let that person run over me and over me. No, not the new me. So that's due to me working on my personal boundaries and sticking to them. So I am proud about that. So that's it for today. That's based upon my personal boundaries, an update based upon the one that I thought would be the hardest to achieve. But I did. So I hope to see you for the next one when I do have time and I'm not so busy at work. That's it for today. I'm Shelley Rothus, and I'm a different kind of victim. See you next time.